With the blockade of cold air being pushed out by the warm air, will that spark some severe weather? I'll be breaking that all down coming up in this video. Alright y'all, welcome back. Looks like we do have some severe weather that's going to be coming back as there's a slight risk spanning from Oklahoma all the way down into Texas with a marginal risk surrounding that here in the dark green, which spans from Nebraska all the way down to Texas and from Utah all the way up into Washington. Now the primary threat today is going to be mainly a large hail threat, which is a 50% chance with a 50% hatched area down here in southern Texas with a 5% showing that here in the red. As far as the damaging wind threat goes, there's also a 5% chance which spans from Nebraska all the way down to southern Texas and from Utah all the way up into Washington. As far as tornado threat that goes, that is a low end threat but still a threat as there's a 2% chance for tornadoes here in southern Kansas, central Oklahoma, and into far northern Texas. As we push off into Friday, there's also a slight risk again down here in east central Texas with the marginal risk surrounding that here in dark green, which includes the Mississippi area and up here by Nebraska. Now the primary threats tomorrow are going to be a low-end tornado threat for east central Texas. As far as the damaging wind threat goes, there's a 50% chance for east central Texas, a 5% chance which includes the Mississippi area and into Nebraska. And as far as the large hail threat goes, there's also a 50% hatched area for large hail over here in east central Texas, with 5% chance surrounding that including the Mississippi area and Nebraska. And then as we push off into Saturday, looks like the severe weather threat's starting to diminish a little bit as there's just a marginal risk which includes Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and into Texas. I was going to take a look at the time frame when you could expect the worst and severe weather for the next 3 days. Taking a look at the high resolution NAM, keep in mind the date times up here if you want to keep track. Focus on the slight risk area first. Push this forward. Looks like the worst of the severe weather won't happen until right around 6, 7 o'clock tonight. As you can see, there's some renegade supercells that are starting to enter the slight risk area, in which any of these renegades could bring with us some large hail today. And there's also a small chance for tornadoes today as well, so make sure y'all have your severe weather action plan in place in case that tornado warning does go off. Go to the storm shelter basement, so make sure you have as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and also never fear, a shelter is near. Now, it looks like this severe weather is going to start to die off right around midnight tonight. So I expect from right around 6 o'clock to midnight is when I expect the worst of this severe weather to happen within the slight risk zone today. And up here in the marginal risk zone, from Utah on up into Washington, I expect the time frame for the worst of the severe weather for you guys is going to be from right around 3 o'clock to right around 10 o'clock, with the primary threats being a low-end hail and wind threat today. No tornado threat to speak of over there, but still, be weather aware if you live within both of these risk zones. And there's also a chance for flooding today as well, as there's a marginal risk within both severe weather zones today for upwards of 1 to 3 inches of rainfall. So if you live in a low-lying area, please be aware of that. If you see a flooded roadway, turn around, don't drown. As we push off into Friday, I expect the worst of the severe weather to happen from right around 8 o'clock to right around midnight, 1 o'clock within the slight risk zone. Now the main hazards tomorrow is going to be a higher chance for wind and hail. There's also a chance for tornadoes tomorrow as well down here by Texas, so please be aware of that. If you live within the marginal risk zones, expect the time frame for y'all up there above Nebraska from right around 8 o'clock to right around 4 o'clock in the morning. You're still going to have rumbles of thunder up there. And over by Mississippi area, I expect from right around 2 o'clock to right around 5 o'clock for y'all. Now, if you live within the marginal risk zones, y'all also have a low-end hail and wind threat. As we push off into Saturday, we're going to lower resolution down just a tad. Now, we don't know the main hazards just yet for severe weather on Saturday, but from what the low resolution name's telling us, it looks like it's going to be an overnight event. I expect just low-end threats for Saturday, so nothing really much to worry about. Let's go ahead and take a look at what kind of springtime winter storms we have out there. It looks like the only winter weather we have to talk about is over here in Southern California. There's a winter weather advisory that's been issued, and which goes into effect until 6 o'clock this evening. And it looks like 4 to 8 inches are possible within this winter weather advisory zone. And it looks like more snowfall is expected up in the upper elevations over here in eastern California. Towards 8 to 12 over there, and of course 4 to 8 over here in the winter weather advisory areas. So that's good for the ski slopes out there if y'all want to go enjoy those ski slopes. And there's also moderate impacts for travel that have been issued over here in eastern Los Angeles. So if you have to get on the roads today, please be careful. Pack that emergency kit with you. Let's go and take a look at what's in store as we head towards the middle of May. Alright, let's take a look at the Euro model. Keep my times up your butt head if you want to keep track. We know we got that severe weather happens in the next couple of days, and that's going to start to stall out by Friday over Kentucky and Tennessee, as there's already a slight risk for excessive rainfall has been issued for upwards of 2 to 4 inches or more of rainfall. So if you live in a low-lying area, please be aware of that. Turn around and don't drown if you see a flooded roadway. And after that, we're going to be in this trough and ridge pattern. Trough out west and a ridge out east, bringing some cold weather to the Rocky Mountain west and some snowfall to the Rocky Mountains as well. and that could lead to some severe weather by next weekend on the 7th, as CAPE values are going to be up by 4,000 joules per kilogram. And what CAPE means is basically it's fuel for thunderstorm development, and basically is what that means. So if you live within this area right here, I'd be on alert for that. Now anything can change between now and then, but still it's looking pretty concerning, as there could be a severe weather outbreak. And I can't stress the word could. I mean, it will happen, it just means could. I don't want to scare anybody, but it looks like there is a possibility for some severe weather next weekend. We look at the light flash density rates, definitely it's showing some pretty intense thunderstorms by next weekend. And once we push past that, looks like it's just going to be some non-severe storms that are going to be possible after that. And it looks like a disturbance is going to be setting up by the 13th. Now this is over 200 hours out. Keep that in mind. Anything can change between now and then, just like the next weekend severe weather event. Now lastly, let's take a look at the temperature anomalies. And it looks like it's going to be warming up as we head towards the middle of May, as that cold air starts to get out of here in the northeast. And it looks like cold air is going to be setting in out west, so it looks like a pattern flip is going to be in store. So definitely a spring-like weather pattern is going to be setting up. So it looks like an active period of severe weather and flooding is going to be in store as we head toward the middle of May. If you live within the risk zones for the next 3 days, please be weather aware. Know where to go when that tornado ring goes off. And it looks like a pattern flip is in store, as well as it's going to be getting cold out west and it's going to be warm out east. And that's going to generate some severe weather as we head towards next weekend. Now anything can change between now and then, so please be aware of that. So if you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Feedback is appreciated as well. I appreciate y'all for watching. And until next time, never stop forecasting, and may the 4th be with you.